Hi, John Holtzman here. I'd like to introduce you to the features and benefits of the Sonlight Curriculum Ultra Microscope. This microscope is loaded, but it's not loaded with anything that you wouldn't want. Let's start with the light source itself. It's a fluorescent bulb, which means that it's cool to the touch. Sonlight, when we first started carrying microscopes, had one with an incandescent bulb. The whole base ended up heating up. The fluorescent bulb is absolutely cool to the touch, and it provides a wonderful pure white light. Above that, we have the Abbey condenser. Notice that it moves up and down, closer to the light source, further away from the stage. So you can move that light source, and that's very important, most particularly if you're using high magnification. More important for most of us than the Abbey condenser is the iris diaphragm, controlled by this little lever down here. Most diaphragms on the less expensive microscopes have 6 holes in them of varying sizes. As you turn the disc, you'll get a different size hole. In between the holes, of course, you have a large dark area. You won't see your specimen. If you happen to be observing a paramecium or an amoeba that's living during the period while your specimen is dark, you may lose sight of it. By using an infinitely variable iris diaphragm, such as what is provided on the Sonlight Ultra Microscope, you're always able to observe whatever it is you're looking at and adjust your light source exactly as you desire. Most microscopes have 2 spring clips that hold the slide in place. The Sonlight microscope, this is probably the most wonderful piece that we were able to acquire, is a mechanical stage. Remember, if you ever used a microscope in high school, what it was like. When the 2 spring clips are clipped down hard on your slide and it's just out of place. You'd get in there with your fingers, you'd try to adjust it, and it would always go too far. And as I recall, it usually went in the wrong direction. Well, with the mechanical stage, it's very much easier. No spring clips. There is a spring-loaded finger over on the right-hand side. You put your slide down on the stage, let the finger return to its original position, and that slide is held firmly in place. With the mechanical stage, I am able to adjust right and left easily with my thumb screw, forward and back, and get it right where I want it. If I go the wrong direction, of course, I just turn the thumb screw the opposite direction. Total control, easy. Another aspect to the Sonlight Ultra Microscope that I love is the coaxial focusing mechanism. Coaxial means that both fine and coarse adjustment are inside one another, and they are working together. With most inexpensive microscopes, you have a coarse focus adjustment, and then you have a very fine focus adjustment separate from it. The problem with those standard microscopes is that once you've made your coarse adjustment, then when you go to use your fine adjustment, you can come to the limit of how far it will go. Here, it doesn't matter. Coaxial focusing, very expensive option in most microscopes. Another wonderful feature in the Sonlight Ultra Microscope is the optics. These are par-focused, par-centered, and achromatic. Very technical terms. Achromatic. That means that when you're looking at a specimen, all the colors have been corrected. When you have that much magnification, normally, things will turn purple or red. Here, all the colors have been corrected. These are very fine optics. So that's the chromatic aspect. Parfocal and par-centered means that when you're normally using a microscope, you'll first focus in with your 40x, and then once you've focused and gotten your specimen pretty well centered, you'll turn and go to your 10x objective, which is 100 times total. With a par-focused, it's very close to being still in focus, and par-centered, it's almost fully centered as well. With, again, lower priced microscopes, you do not have par-focus, you don't have par-centered. Once you've gotten it there, you hope it's still somewhere in your field of view when you increase your magnification. We have a spring-loaded objective lens so that if indeed the slide is too high up, it will come in, but it's protecting both the slide and the lens itself as it retracts. So you're not going to end up with broken slides or broken lenses. We have a swivel head. Once you've adjusted your focus for your own use, you might have a partner on the other side of the table. You can turn it around so that he or she can also see exactly the same thing that you are looking at. And then inside the ocular, we have a little pointer. So if you want to point to a particular object, you can adjust that. Of course, you want a very firm base on which to work. The Sonlight ultramicroscope is made fully of metal. It has a reagent and acid resistant finish on it. So whatever you might be working with, whatever chemicals, this finish will be solid. The microscope comes with a full 5-year warranty on all mechanical parts. On the electrical, which is very simple inside, it's Underwriters Laboratory certified, and that also is warranted for 1 year. In case anything should happen to the microscope under warranty, the manufacturer guarantees pickup and delivery included and no charge. I should note that pickup and delivery is for the United States only.